Oh, okay, all right. My name is Lena, and this is Chris. We're from a company called Engagement Token. I head up sales and client management. Chris heads up everything legal and corporate related. So what we're going to talk about here is advertising. So I myself have been in the ad tech market for over a decade now. So the first Google AdWords ad I bought was probably about 15 years ago, and it cost me about 2 cents. These days I'd probably pay about $25 for it, you know. So what we want to talk about is the ad tech market, and our company Engagement Token and our platform SolidOpinion, which is there to hopefully fix this market and make it better. So the current state of digital ad market, in 2017, the size was about $230 billion. So 2017 was actually the first year when the digital ad tech market surpassed TV spend, which is pretty impressive, I think. And the projection looks very optimistic. So it looks like there's going to be about $330 billion in the market by 2020, which is only 2 years from now. But the problem in the market is that the way the money is distributed is very much broken. So if you look at advertisers, they are very much disconnected from publishers. They actually have to go through a number of middlemen like ad networks, trading desks, agencies, and so on and so forth. And what happens in the end is publishers, who are the actual creators of the content that we consume in the web, they are the ones who are losing money. And advertisers at the same time keep getting a product which is of very low and constantly decreasing quality. So what I used here is, this is a Nielsen study that they did actually a couple of years ago. So it's not super recent, but even a couple of years ago, users already learned to completely ignore the banners. So what you look at here is the red and yellow is where the user's eyes are when they consume content on the web. And the yellow rectangulars up there, that's where the banners are. So as you can see, nobody even looks at that stuff anymore. So being an advertiser, what you get is you spend tons of money. You're pretty much just wasting money because you're getting no results from that. Now, if you look at text ads, those are a little better, even though they seem a little old school, but now they're actually generating up to 7 times higher CTRs than banner ads. So going...
Click-through rates.
Yeah, click-through, sorry. Yeah, all right. So yeah, going to the basics is actually proving to be more effective these days. And ads actually have to be relevant to the content. So if you look at web pages, you know, you're going to be looking at a financial site and you're going to be seeing, you know, travel ads or something which are completely irrelevant, and that's not something you want to see there. So what we decided to do is we decided to build something that would transform the ad tech market. What we want to do, and what we did actually, we decided to focus on engagement. So the ads have to be placed where user engagement is. They have to be relevant to the content, as I mentioned, and they have to be text ads. So they're simple, yet they are effective. So we built this platform called SolidOpinion, and it is a leading commenting solution for publishers. It is a widget that publishers install on their sites, and it allows users to engage with the content, to reply, comment, share, like, and it allows to generate more traffic to the site. It allows to generate revenue. It allows to generate engagement, and it also gives in-depth analytics and lots of super valuable data that we use later on in the process. So this is what the platform looks like. This is an actual screenshot from an actual site which uses our platform, one of our publishers, LA Times. So our platform is not just an idea. We actually took time and we already built everything. As I mentioned, users can go in there and they can interact with content in a number of ways. Now, the way to monetize this is using promoted headlines. So this over here in red rectangular there, this is a promoted headline ad unit. You can't really see it very well, but it's a sports ad that is placed on an article about Aztecs, which is San Diego's favorite football team since we lost the Chargers. So as you can see, it is a native ad. So it looks very slick, and it's also related to the article, which means that users that go to read about sports, they're very likely to engage with this kind of ad. So the bidding process is very simple. You can pretty much, what we're doing is called inline buying. So what you can do is you can go on a page, if you like the page and if you feel it's relevant to your company, to your product, you can just click a couple buttons and place your ad right there. And we also do what's called promoted comments, and those are going to be below an article above the commenting section. And same thing there. If you feel that your company is relevant to the article comment, you can pin your message to the top and everyone is going to see it there. All right. We also built a portal that allows advertisers to bid and to place their ads in a more automated way instead of going to individual article pages. Now we've started working with the blockchain world, so a lot of sites are adopting our technology. This is an example of CoinMarketCal website, which installed our technology just a couple weeks ago. They're pretty well known. They publish events and different news in the crypto world. And literally within 15 minutes of installing our software on the website, we got this message that's saying a user purchased $5 in Ether to place his ads. And what I'm talking about here is points. You know, you see the points there, 330 points. Now, when we built our platform, what we did, we wanted to create our own currency within our platform. And that was, 5 years ago when we started building it. So we tried to come up with something smart, but in those days, blockchain was just starting. It wasn't very popular, so we did points. We did something simple. But as we've been using points with our publishers over the past couple of years, we found out that points are actually very ineffective. They are not transactable. They have very little value. They have no value outside of our system. So we found out about blockchain, and we realized that that's something that's absolutely perfect for our product. So we are in the process of doing a token sale now, and we're going to be transitioning to tokens. So all of the points transactions are soon going to be engagement token transactions. We have about 100,000 transactions every single month right now. So just 2 months from now, once we transition to engagement tokens, those are all going to be involving the token transactions. Now, engagement tokens this way are going to become the fuel for sustainable transformation of online publishing and of the edtech world. They're going to be used to award online publishers as well as top citizen participants for creating content and for engaging with the content. And their engagement with the content is going to be used as an indicator to give signals to advertisers that this is where your ads have to be placed. And then advertisers are going to be able to use tokens to buy advertising space on those pages. Now, as I mentioned, all of this is not just an idea. The company exists. This is a list of some examples of our publishers. There are some big names there like LA Times, Chicago Tribune, Next Big Future. We have some gaming publishers in Europe. So it is already working. We are focused very much on acquiring new publishers right now. So we're working on expanding our network so the engagement token has a much wider use in the near future. And it is actually not very difficult to expand our network because we've already been working with publishers for a couple months and we have actual data. So this is results for one of the top media publishers in the US that is working with us. And well, once again, bad color choice on my end there. But you can see the trend there. The site engagement traffic is definitely going up, and so is the adoption of the ad units. It's going up over there as well. So for our stats right now, as I mentioned, we have about 100,000 transactions every month on the platform. We also I have 4.4 million users there, but the number is constantly growing, so it's probably 4.5 million users right now. We have 18 million engagements every single month, and we have over 200 million platform views every single month as well. Now, there's a lot of benefits for publishers, advertisers, and readers. So publishers get a new engaging way to work with their content consumers. Users get a much better space, much better way to engage with content, and advertisers get a much more efficient way to place ads and hopefully much higher ROI. We didn't just stop there by only working with the engagements within our platform. We decided that we actually need to know everything about engagement on the web. So we built a search engine which allows us to crawl and to collect data about all comments, all engagements on the web. Right now we're only processing English-speaking web, but we'll get to other languages as well. So right now we're collecting data from over 50,000 domains. We collect data of about 100 million comments, over 100 million comments every single month from up to 15 million users. And what we use that data for is actually a number of things. So the first one is we built a ranking. So you can just go to the website right now and you can see the most popular engaging sites on the web for the past month. What you can also do is we built an AI-based sentiment analysis engine, which allows us to know not only where users are engaging with the content, but to actually know what is it that users are talking about and what exactly they're saying. So this over here is an example of results for Tesla. So the red bubbles over there are the sites where people are talking pretty negatively about Tesla, and the green ones are the sites where users are responding very, very positively to Tesla brand. And with that data, what you can do is you can actually see the users and what they're saying, and you can use those users as social influencers. So being a PR agency or an advertising agency or a marketing team for a brand, you can use this data very valuably, and you can use engagement tokens to incentivize those users to go and to promote your brand. And once again, this is already built, this is already functional, you can go use it right now. Come on. Now to talk a little bit about our team. So we have 6 core team members in our team. 2 of them are over here. We have 2 people who are focused on sales and marketing. We have 2 people who have very high-level technical background. We have Chris over here who is managing our legal, and we have Konstantin who pretty much has background in everything. That's why he manages all of us. Our development team is, we have about 50 people in our team. So they're anything from developers, QA engineers, moderators, client services managers, and so on and so forth. We're very, as you can say, decentralized. So our team is anywhere from LA, New York, Mexico, Russia, Ukraine, Georgia, Prague, Israel. Oh my God, I could probably keep going. We have a very important partner, which is a New York-based blockchain consulting firm by Mike Novogratz. And a lot of their key team members are in our advisory board for our token sale. Now to talk a little bit about token economics, we are in the process of selling our tokens now. We are in private pre-sale right now, which is going to end in about a week. And we're going to start our public sale, which is going to go on until June 1st. So we're going to mint 1 billion of tokens, and 400 million of those tokens are going to be sold. Now we have our hard cap is 45,000, and about 40% of that hard cap is already sold. And the price is 0.0002 Ether, where Etherpeg. So to summarize, what we have is a fully established, fully built and functioning platform. We have 4.5 million users in the system. We have 18 plus million engagements and 100,000 transactions every month. We have an amazing team. Our executives have over hundreds of millions of successful exits. We have been backed by venture capital for about $7.7 million. And we have an amazing development team in place. And if anybody has any questions, Chris and I will be happy to answer.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Let me just...
Okay, thank you. So I've got two questions. The first one is, if you start paying people for engagement, what's the credibility of their engagement?
It's incentivizing those users. So the difference, what we do is, we are actually just a technology company. So we give that technology to the advertiser and the publisher. Because right now what the publisher is left with is commenting systems deceived by other companies such as Google and Facebook. So what they do is they actually leech users away from their site because they have their own destination site. So we provide the publisher with a template and he can incentivize the user based on their engagement. So if you sign up for a newsletter or you provide a comment, etc., they incentivize that. And they have their own audience. So it's not a fake audience like any other website, it's their actual readership. So if you're in Los Angeles and you're commenting on the local happenings, right, you're actually living there, right? You have an interest in providing good comment, engaging with people in your community. It's real communities. It's not something.
How do you avoid trollings to make money of your tokens? So how do you avoid
it's up to the publisher. They can subtract your funds if they want to and penalize their behavior. So it's an actual enforcement policy on the platform.
Okay, and then thank you. And then the second question is, how does it look on mobile? Because mobile is a big problem with advertising.
For us, it's very simple because it's promoted headlines. It's actually very visible. So you go to the Los Angeles Times right now or San Diego Union Tribune, you'll see it. Yeah.
On the mobile app,
yeah,
in the comments.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Cool.
Yes.
Question. Bill has a question.
You get explicit permission from all these users to use their information?
Questions, you get any...
That's up, again, we're a technology company, so we leave this to the publisher. It's their community, it's not our community. They're signing them up under their terms and conditions. They decide what they want to incentivize, what they want to penalize, what terms they want to provide to their users. So we don't get engaged with that part.
Is there any other question? Chris, I have a question. The company is SolidOpinion or engagement token. How long you guys been around?
So the platform has been around and built for the past 5 years. We raised about $8 million to build it. And so the engagement token is running on top of it. So it's its own entity to decentralize the currency that we provide to the publishers themselves. That had to be decentralized, obviously.
So you're not a company that's a startup and looking for raising money. You already have your...
No, we're already done. We don't need to raise money. The platform
Did you get
built.
Series A or just... because I saw in country...
No, we raised venture funding. And some of the publishers also invested in the platform themselves.
So you are an established company, but you're going to the token way?
Yes, and the token is simply to replace our existing point system. So we already proved that the points are working, right? But
yes.
Obviously an ERC20 token works much better because if the user wants to decide he wants to trade it out for something else, he can, whereas the points just go away if he leaves.
How do you scale? Because the traffic is already 18 million plus monthly engagement. How do you handle that on Ethereum?
How do we scale on Ethereum? So we're pre-minting the token, right? So yes, when you buy the initial token, the publisher themselves takes care of the transaction management, right? So it's just a level removed for the time being. This is just the transaction itself is not actually tracked by Ethereum. Minting the coin, minting the token is tracked by Ethereum. Does it make sense?
What about the transaction?
The transactions are tracked by the publishers. We're just using this as a currency. Yeah. Yeah, it's a medium of exchange, if you think about it.
Okay.
It's the language of trade. So but we don't actually need the platform itself. We just need the actual token to incentivize the user.
So when somebody comments, he's going to get a bounty, and that's going to be paid token.
Yes, that the publisher already owns. The publisher assigns it. Yes.
There's an event.
Yes.
It's going to have 18 million plus events every day. Each one are going to trigger an Ethereum transaction. how are we going to handle the traffic at the speed that it's good enough?
Right, they're all consolidated in a day. Right now, there's millions of transactions right now, right? So we don't have to run at the speed. It doesn't have to run instantly because they're pre-minted. They're not being created at the point of sale.
Lena, yeah.
Correct. Yeah, you still have to track your transaction. Yeah, and yeah, it's depending on the day. You know how much the costs are. Yeah.
So, Lena, you're pre-ICOs for this token? What do you guys at?
Yeah, we are in private pre-sale right now, which is to end in about a week, a little over a week, and then we're going to go into our public sale.
Okay, that's good. So if anybody want to get in touch with your company, where do they have to go?
This right here, this is our website, and this is the email that you can use to get in touch with us.
And what is it?
Or it's engagementtoken.com, and the email is presale with a dash or without a dash, either way, presale@engagementtoken.com. Or you can come talk to me or Chris after this, during lunch or during coffee breaks.
Okay, well, any other question? We have one question.
So I'm a little confused. The tokens are issued to the advertisers at the beginning.
So right now the tokens are issued to the buyer, right? And yeah, most advertisers, think about it this way. If you could go back in time and instead of buying Google equity, you could buy Google clicks, right? And you could buy Google clicks at the price of 2004. Would you buy it? We don't, the advertisers do. We, remember, we're a technology platform, so the advertisers control the value, the community controls the value. As more advertisers and more publishers start utilizing it, the currency will grow.
So they're buying into that.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, it's a commodity. Yeah.
Amazing. Is anybody else is doing it in the publishing world? What do you guys do?
There's a lot of people who are trying to do this and trying to compete with Facebook and Google, and that they're saying they're going to do this in the future. Yeah,
But
no one has a live
Nobody
platform.
has done
Yeah,
tokenize.
Yeah, no one has a few million
good. So
users.
you're the guys
at this
the first
moment,
one, and
yes.
you've been in the business.
So far, we have first mover advantage.
Good luck to you. Thank you. We always
Thank you.
appreciate you guys.
Thank you very
guys.
much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.